So today I am designing a couple of different pieces. I'm working with quahog shells. This is an Atlantic quahog. This is a really big specimen, so you can appreciate the thickness of the piece, the sculptural quality. This is a pendant that I created. I call this style a gorget because it's got the double drill, and usually a gorget is something that you wear, you know, almost like a choker or right at the base of the throat. And it's actually considered, maybe in the ways that some people, you know, we've talked about tattoos and things like that. Some people approach tattooing or adornment as going on specific places, like maybe on your heart chakra or something like that, to be wholesome and protective, to encourage a good spirit, and keep you healthy as well. So wampum has those qualities. And so you'll see traditional folks wearing wampum around their neck or wearing some really a nice set of cuffs. It's pretty common, I think, for Native people to wear sets of things. I'm working with this particular piece, and I have some deerskin that I dyed with black walnut. And I try to use local, traditional, non-toxic dyes so that when you're putting jewelry on, putting cloth on, wearing something, it's good for your system. The energy even of the piece has some positive qualities, and so that they're not toxic to you in any way or toxic to the planet. So there's a big sustainability value in Native American art, and I think it's really important to try to keep that going as much as possible. I think the easiest way for me to frame a Wampanoag worldview is when I think about how we set up our acknowledgements that we give when we get together and we're going to have an event or a celebration or a feast or something like that, some observance. And I think that the idea is that we're really thinking in a very broad North America as Turtle Island. We're all connected and all on the same living entity, all on Mother Earth, which is considered a living planet. That terminology is really real. It's very poetic, but it's not strictly poetic. It's really grounded in belief. And so I think that there's this idea too of being really mindful about how you source your materials, how you treat your work, how you treat each other. One of my hopes, I think, is to cultivate a certain sensitivity in people for life on the planet and the planet itself, and to think about what sustainability is. I think, you know, in terms of my wampum, I try to capture a specific look or design, but I do it in a way where hopefully it doesn't get lost that I started working with a shell. So you don't lose the sense of that beautiful curvature and that unique, you know, that wonderful really glow from a shell. It's really quite striking the way that shells reflect light, the textures and the planes, and it's very distinctive. And so I don't want to take a shell and somehow iron out all those qualities and get sort of one standard color or one standard shape so that you don't get a sense of the living ocean being behind my work. You know, I want to keep that. I want to keep that connection for myself because it's really precious and such a huge part of my island tribal identity. But I really love for other people to experience it too. I think that's where you get into heirloom quality art, because I think that you're putting so much into each piece, even if it's a real simple looking pair of earrings or necklace or someone's really nice little pouch that has some wampum beads appliqued on it. You're collecting and bringing things together that are really special and precious, and hopefully it'll continue to be for generations down.